What chance would you say of the British government going public with that information?
It depends on the scenario and whether or not they could keep it secret. I mean, it's possible to imagine a number of scenarios where there would be something so sort of major that I mean, I hate to say it, but sort of almost landing on the Mall in front of Buckingham Palace or something like that. But if it's let's just take that off the table and suppose that it's data that at first the government and the government only has. I think it depends. The problem with embedding UFO programs in the Ministry of Defense or in the military, as most countries around the world who have a UFO program do, is that you're embedding them in inherently secretive organizations where the default position is not necessarily to tell the people straight away. And I think before we told the people, we'd want to make sure we'd want the answers or good estimates, assessments of some fairly basic questions, like what are we dealing with? Is the big one, of course, is there a potential threat? Is it friendly? Is it hostile or is it neutral? Is it biological or is it post-biological, i.e., AI? Could we derive any technology from a better understanding of this? Now, that's a big question, which feeds into the secrecy question that you asked, because we wouldn't, if we acquired something, whether it's data or even hardware, we wouldn't necessarily want to tell everyone because frankly, the nation on earth that first acquires and figures this out is going to be the dominant force politically, militarily, and economically for the foreseeable future. And we'd like that for ourselves. And what we flipping it, we definitely would not want an adversary figuring it out first. So I think the technology aspects of this are a very strong incentive for government not to go public with this, at least in the first instance. So I think at the very least, unless it was, as I say, this major thing that you couldn't hide, you'd want a sort of period of exclusivity where you had a long, hard think about this. What do we think we're dealing with? What are the threats and opportunities? Um, what frankly, convince us, and this would be an internal discussion, Cabinet Office, number 10, Ministry of Defense, it would be, well, convince us what the benefits would be of telling people.